Fair enough.
There it goes.
Fair enough.
Audio for just
There
it goes.
Huh? Checking that. What are you checking? The audio for just
There it goes.
Okay. Huh? Checking that. What are you?
I understand.
Perfect. Good. Good. All right. Are we live on Twitch? Yes. Are we live on YouTube?
I don't know.
Yes.
No.
Okay. Oh, excuse me.
Come to go. Then we do the and all that fun.
Uh-huh. Just got that. Here. Hey, Roxanne. Glad you're here. First show, make sure everything's working.
Yeah. It's not ad time, Nightbot. What do you mean? It just started.
What are you doing?
Nightbot, come on,
I guess
man.
some people would have got an ad when they clicked on it. But
I guess so, but like,
Nightbot's going to bed early. He just wanted to make sure he got the message in. That's what.
yeah, I guess so.
Ugh.
Yeah, he's just happy to be here. That's right. Oh, Nightbot, we love you. Man.
Yeah, well,
most of the time.
Sometimes.
Okay.
Sometimes.
I have so many tabs open for tonight. It is ridiculous. I'm excited.
Really? Because I don't have much on my docket at all.
I know.
See, we have four reviews. I don't know what they are. I got some announcements. We got a bunch of redacted news. I don't know. Kind of worried about what you're going to spring on me tonight.
Oh, I'm really excited to hear your.
I came to laugh at you.
Oh, we got a came to laugh at you. It sounded really mechanic though. Why did it sound so mechanic?
I came to laugh at you. Isn't that what you wanted to hear?
All right. Okay.
Hey, wait. If you want to do a new Gundam, you need Char. I'll do the voice. Okay.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
Onto that.
Is it because the volume's too? I'm gonna test this for a second here.
Okay.
I came to laugh at you.
That time it played fine. Also, why is Oof like 1,000 channel points more than the others? Hold on. Quack was weirdly like.
Wait a minute.
Mechanical too. What's going on?
I thought you were playing that character right now.
Is it doubling up on it? Is that what's happening? Why is it doing that?
Love dark. Yeah. Yeah, I'll be sure. Hey, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to remove sound alerts and re-add sound alerts so that it fixes it.
Okay. I don't know what you've done.
I think it's been added twice. All right, I've removed it. If I hit it again, what will happen?
I don't know.
Okay.
Hey, Will.
We're starting that quick, huh?
Right off the bat.
All right, let me try adding this back to OBS again.
Oh.
So I know what happened. I'm aware of what has done this, what has caused this to happen.
Okay.
I tried to do something fancy because people wanted more sound alerts.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, I know what happened. Okay, give me just a second, chat. You're going to see nothing for a second here, and then you're going to see, but it's because there's a second sound alerts thing here.
He did. He tried to get fancy with it. Ain't nothing fancy about this.
Now it's right.
Okay. Right on. Welcome back.
Welcome
Welcome
back.
back. All right.
Let's test this one.
I came to laugh at you.
Nope,
Test
that's
that one?
definitely still doubled up. Why?
I don't know.
I came to laugh at you.
Did you put it in twice?
No, I don't understand why it's doing that. Okay, hold on.
I like
Nothing there.
some sushi. Some sushi.
Nothing there. Nothing there. Nothing there.
Oh my gosh, Trey.
Nothing there.
What have you done?
Nothing there.
Why is it going like this?
Oh, I see why. It's because this one. Okay. Okay. Now let's try this again. The pre-show is the perfect time to fix all this, right?
Yeah, you got a couple minutes left. This is where you're supposed to be doing that.
Think we got it?
Okay, I guess I can hear.
Okay, let's try. I came to laugh at you again.
It was a camera angle.
Yeah, so that was the other mic, the other camera that's used for the building and painting streams. It saw me from the
I came to
side.
laugh at you.
Okay.
Okay, we fixed it. We fixed it. Oh,
Okay. Very good. Very good.
nobody
Now you gotta
understands
sit.
just how much stuff is going on at the back end when you go, well, that's a strange camera. angle." Yeah, it's because that camera's right there, man. I'm just like flipping between scenes trying to find the extra versions of sound alerts.
Hello there.
Okay, it's fixed. It's fixed. All of this is because I was trying to add on new features for sound alerts. And unfortunately, I understand. Unfortunately, the channel points version still only has 5. I tried to upgrade to a premium version of it, and that doesn't add more. The bits version has 30. But the bits version costs money. So
Oh yeah.
I put this one as 100 bits.
No living man
What?
may hinder me.
So you won't be able to hear that, Rundgren, but it's the Witch King of Angmar from the Return of the King
Yes.
Hobbit movie. Not Hobbit movie, the Rankin and Bass movie. Going, no living man may hinder
Okay.
me.
Yeah. You know what? Now you got me thinking. I don't know. That might be the same voice.
It might be. It might be
It
the
might
same
be
voice as Skeletor.
voice as Skeletor.
And also for subscribers only, and you'll understand why I made this one subscribers only. If you use 100 bits, your like message is read out loud through text to speech. So now you understand why that one's subscribers only.
Okay. Okay.
That bit count may go up, and I do have it moderated where I can stop specific words from being said.
Okay.
So,
See how
but
that
that
goes.
would cost money. So
All right.
but yeah, that's where we're at with the sound alerts. I did attempt after much requesting, I did attempt to add more for the channel points one, and unfortunately there are only 5 slots no matter what plan you sign up for.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, that's the pre-show, right?
Yeah. If you got it, click pre-show, talk to people, get started, get everything set up. You ready to start?
Yeah, I think so. I think let's start.
Okay. We'll give them.
Get this changed over here.
I was doing Blue Steel. I don't know what the.
Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of the Full Spectrum Podcast. My name is Trey. We've got some stuff to talk about this week.
Yes.
Just a quick, while we're in the intro, just a quick reminder, we have started adding rewards for bits. Something just fell on my desk. It's probably from when I was panicking about the pre-show. We have added rewards for bits now for the sound alerts as well. So if you want to have that played, Rundgren is not blocked from text-to-speech. That one specifically is not blocked for sure. We have added bit rewards that allow you to get extra text-to-speech alerts and things like that. So if that's something you're interested in, those exist now. Another way to support the channel if you want to. But
You.
other than that, of course, we have a lot of fun stuff to talk about tonight. I'm really excited.
Yeah.
But we start every podcast with weeks. So, Rungren, how's your week been?
It's been interesting. It's been interesting. It's kind of been a dull week, except for Wednesday. Wednesday was pretty rather interesting. That was very stressful. In a good way. That was a good game. I Am Fish is a good game.
It's true, I could. We talking I Am Fish?
Yes, we're talking I Am Fish. That's a good game. Good mechanics. Looks good. And it was a stressful, but it was a fun going through getting the goldfish done. Going through its 3 levels. That was really cool.
Yeah,
it was fun. And I destroyed a destruction site with a construction site. I destroyed.
You turned it into a
site.
destruction site.
Yes, I did with a jar.
Look,
So-
all I'm saying is I was very invested in the friendship between you and Filbert, and the fact that
Yeah.
you had to leave him behind made me very sad.
Yeah, same here. But I think Filbert will be okay. I think it'll be okay.
Now that game seems cool.
What else going on this week? We played Lotor yesterday. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah,
I was getting into some good story stuff.
I played
Beat
some
up
more of
lots
it
of-
today.
Beat up lots of goblins and orcs.
Yeah.
Few wargs.
I don't think
I had
we've
to
ever
work-
had a session of playing that where we have hit the cap for the daily cap for using abilities to get deeds completed. And we did last night.
Thought you did. Molo. I mismanaged my time this week. I worked all day today.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's been a while. So it was kind of warm.
I
in the
understand.
building, and yeah, I made it. I worked a lot of hours. I really didn't work a lot of hours, but since some stuff, I haven't been able to work, and then I got more of it. So I worked a lot of hours a day, and I totally mismatched my time.
I understand.
I'm not used to working, and missed my Gundam disc.
I got you.
So I didn't rewatch.
But you did watch the first time.
Yes, we watched them the first time. We watched those together.
Mhm.
On to that. I'm really liking this section.
What episodes were these
Just
again?
thinking.
Just real quick, so I can put them on the screen.
We are upside down. Where did we go through? We went through 36 to 40. That was a Forever 4 to the activation of grips. Yeah.
Okay.
On through that. And yeah, I'm really liking this. I still really don't like Camille.
I
I still
understand.
think Emma is my favorite pilot. Through
Spoiler
that.
Boot is up, so don't be afraid to.
Okay, if I need to dive into anything, I don't know that I think through this part is pretty consistent storytelling.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping this stays up. It's got oh man, it's gotten so much better. Not through that. Like at the very end of it, I promise. It may be, and you're not the first to hint at me that. Trey's actually hinted at me that.
Yeah, I love Camille by the end of it. In fact, I think Camille by the end of it becomes almost one of my favorite pilots in the series. There's 2 pilots later on that are better in my opinion.
Yeah. I think I really like that Bright Noah and Char on the same side.
Yeah.
I think that might be one of my favorite things about this. It's just, and they don't have a whole lot of scenes together.
Right.
There's not a lot, not a lot, and but they play off each other well.
No, we're talking about the same thing. We're talking about the same thing. Trust me. I know.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
know. I'm being vague.
I did I did catch up with Will and to watch some of the playthrough on the SD Gundam, some of the late level stuff. He's got it back to check out some of the things, and yeah, that's where I made up my mind for the Gundam. It's all about the eyebrows. That's what makes the Gundam a Gundam.
I understand.
The eyebrows.
Well, before we move too far from Zeta, I did want to mention a couple little highlights that I had, because every time we watch these, I attach to little things to bring up, and I wanted to bring up in these episodes we get Dunkel and Ramses introduced, as well as the other two Hambra bees. And it becomes apparent just how strong the enemies can be when they actually work together, instead of just say they're going to work together and then kind of do things on their own.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it feels like that there was stuff that they didn't quite get to do what they wanted to in original.
Mm-hmm.
And so like the way, like they go a lot more into new types on this, and it almost feels like they make sure they want to get, that make sure that there's that difference there. Yeah. And there's other things that going on to that. Also the
go ahead.
What was I say? This one has, in the original Gundam, you had people who weren't new types who were just great pilots, right?
Yeah. Rumbaral.
And yes, and that was the one I was thinking of, right? What was the name of the three?
The Black Tri-Stars. Mash, Ortega, and Gaia.
Yeah, so that was how good pilots were set up in that.
Yeah.
In Zeta, it feels like that there just happens to be, these people are good pilots.
Yeah.
They're not new types, they're just good pilots. And I think that would have probably could be used, I think that could have been used a little bit more in the first one, because they kind of got away from that.
I agree. Something about Yaza and Gable going, I don't need your new type garbage.
Yeah.
Oh, I love him so. Some Gundams do have mustaches, that's true. Fight at all. Another little thing I picked up on, Char is the only one that cares when Mount Kilimanjaro is like devastated.
Yeah. Well, and that we that I like that scene with Char. It just reinforces his character.
Yeah.
I mean, he's probably one of the best like defined characters out of both series.
100%.
Right? And that was just an extra thing that goes in. Char was the only one that said that, but I know it's weird, but I could picture I could picture like Bright.
Yeah.
If he was seeing that view.
If he saw it, yeah, 100%.
And so it's kind of weird because you got Char, right? Bright's got some of the characteristics of Char,
right?
And vice versa. And I believe that the respect's there between the two characters.
Yeah.
Then you've got Shirako.
Yeah. Paptimus Shirako.
Now he's kind of like Char.
Yeah.
I came to laugh at you.
I came to laugh at you indeed.
He doesn't have the he wouldn't have said that.
Right.
He wouldn't have cared about Kilimanjaro.
No.
So it was really kind of I don't know, it was a good balance. It was a good scene with Char. I like him.
We also get a lot of Rekko in these episodes.
Yeah.
I understand, Roxanne. Glad to have you here all the same.
No.
I don't know, though. Something about Bright telling Wong Lee to be quiet on his bridge. Sit down, or you will be ejected.
Yeah. Bright's definitely not a new type. And yeah, he's much of he wasn't there. He wasn't there. They didn't have much interaction with Wong through that. I like Bright. I think he's a solid. I think he's a solid captain, and he should have. I can't stand Wong.
Everybody can agree to that. Characters in the series would agree to that.
Yes. Yeah. There's a point. But yeah, I like Brightman. I think he's I think now he is. He might be a little bit jaded, but he is a military man.
Yeah.
But I think you could count on him to do the right thing.
Yeah. I have one last of my little points, which is something you brought up, which is that Lieutenant Emma is probably the most dependable person in the show.
I think so. Yes.
Yeah. She's there. She does what she needs to do. Yeah, Emma's the best.
Emma's the best. She's a solid pilot. Yeah, I can't. If I was going out in a mobile armor, mobile suit, in a group, that is definitely somebody I'd want there.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, of course, Char. Char being on my team or Amaro, even Camille, even though I have to turn the speaker off. The
great pilot though.
but out of all of them, Emma, I don't know, man. She seems the most consistent.
Yeah. Also, just one last little tidbit since we're talking about Char. We saw something in these episodes that can easily be missed. We commented on it at the time, both of us. But Iyak Kujan's the worst Gundam character. We're gonna get there. But the Hyakushiki, the beam weaponry has gotten to a point where it overcomes the Hyakushiki's beam resistance. And that's like a little thing that nobody says. Nobody goes, hey, the Hyakushiki can take damage now. Nobody goes, hey, the enemies are getting stronger. It's just a little visual thing that tells you, the watcher, of, hey, they're still moving forward with technology here.
Yeah.
It's not just, hey, there's new mobile suits that have like energy nets and stuff that use electricity like the Adzam did. It's, hey, technology's still moving forward. I like that a lot. That's something that I'd never noticed in my previous watch-throughs of Zeta.
Oh, gotcha. I gotcha. That turning point.
Mm-hmm.
Huh?
No, the Hyakushiki had like variable beam coating. That it was the first mobile suit to get the variable beam coating that'll be used in lots of stuff later. But
yeah, and they had on a couple. They had on something else too.
I think it went on the Zeta shield.
Something like that. Okay.
But technology just keeps moving forward.
Yeah, and allows them to build new mobile armors and suits.
And we might have got a preview for a new one at the end of that last episode.
Yeah. Now,
I love that suit, by the way. I love that suit. We're going to get to it. I love the BR lent.
This, where we're at right now, at this point, there is, I mean, you could see them adding on. There wasn't a whole lot of new armors or stuff in the original Gundam, right? Then by this point though, there is quite a lot.
Oh yeah, there's 30 plus mobile suits for sure.
Yes. Yeah. So it's already jumped up there quite a bit. Yeah, it's kind of that is a little bit of a trope. Through that. Though I will say they do a pretty good job usually when they're shooting the bad guys or anything, making sure they hit. I do notice more headshots in Zeta than in the original Gundam. And the original Gundam, it was always center mass. Always went straight through. But
I wonder if it's because a lot of the Titans mobile suits do have head-mounted cockpits. That's why they're going for more headshots.
Maybe.
Because the Rick Diaz was not Titans, but the Rick Diaz and the Marasai both had like head-mounted. But I will say too, I'm not trying to defend Zeta here because I agree that happens far too often. But man, they hate the Methis, don't they? That thing gets wrecked like every time it launches. Legs are getting cut off. Arms are getting cut off.
I'm kind of surprised a little bit, not just a little bit, that at this point we haven't had True.
Although it's been Rekko in these last handful of episodes.
Yeah. That there hasn't been, I don't know, there hasn't been a really good melee battle. Like two Gundams really duking it out. It's always like one move, or a grapple.
Yeah.
So that may be coming up. I'm just surprised that if it's going to happen, I'm surprised it hasn't happened yet.
Yeah. Also, to answer your question, Dark, that's true. She's not the best pilot around, for sure.
Yeah.
When it comes to newer Gundam shows, it depends on the show. I won't spoil which one, but there is a Gundam show that's coming up where the main character's default weapon is a beam gravity gun. And it doesn't matter where he hits you with that thing. You're gonna go. But there are other shows where it's like, oh, they grazed him in the leg, and then the explosions just like go up, and it's like, okay, I don't know about that one, but all right.
Yeah. Reuse that foot shot and then just blow it up this time.
Look, I love the beam magnum, and if I could have the beam magnum like sound effect as like, I might do that. I might add the beam magnum sound effect as a bits reward because how much I love that thing sound effect. This is like the Wyndham. It's kind of like that. Yeah, it gets trashed all the time.
Well, let's see. I don't know. Watch Ghostbusters 2 again. It was on TV because he was watching it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. I realize that my favorite scenes are in there are between Sigourney Weaver and Bill Murray.
Yeah.
And there's a couple other good scenes. For the most part, it's just not as good as the first one.
Yeah.
To me, yeah. Just not near as good as the first one.
I understand.
But yeah. I'm trying to think if I've done anything else. No, that's about it. We had a good gun talk. How has your week been, Trey?
Well, it's been okay. If you could see with Sigourney Weaver, it's been an okay week. Last night was kind of a surprise. I really wanted a spinach and artichoke pizza, Alfredo pizza, and couldn't find one anywhere that was spinach and Alfredo with artichoke, and so I just got a spinach pizza from Domino's because they had them. It's really good actually. And they put a jalapeno pepper on the pizza, and I took it off and ate the pizza anyway because I was like, they just put it on top after it was done cooking. It wasn't cooked at all, so it's probably fine.
Oh no, okay.
For anybody who doesn't know, I'm deathly allergic to jalapenos, and just having that jalapeno juice on there ruined my evening. I blacked out at one point. I don't even remember what happened for the rest of the evening, but my girlfriend told me that I was an absolute terror. So I didn't get any work done last night really after we got done streaming.
Cut that out. Just cut
Right.
that section. That make a square.
Yeah. That's what I should have done. But no, I mean, other than that, right? Like, Immo Mondays was fun. We finished the unicorn on the building stream Friday. Got him right here.
See, I pulled him up so you can see the stand with it, if you would, just a little bit higher. So the stand. I like the stand on it. There you go. Heck yeah. It does.
I like that high grade unicorn a lot. I think they did a really good job with the colors on it. And next building stream, we're going to be doing the Heavy Arms Custom from Endless Waltz. The box is unfortunately the exact same color as the green screen for the most part.
There it goes. See it pretty good.
So
heck yeah.
That
looked a little familiar. Was that Gatling gun arms?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But then Friday for the painting stream, we're going to be doing Sisters of Battle. Nuns with guns.
Okay, so what color are they?
Well, so here's the thing about that. These are my girlfriend's Sisters of Battle, and she's going to let me paint them for the sake of the channel, but she has not yet picked what faction they're from in the Sisters of Battle. So I don't know what color they're going to be till Friday.
Okay.
If she picks Argent Shroud, like I think she will, then we're going to get some red and black in there. It's going to look really nice.
Okay.
Purple. Master grade wing ones, that would be cool, yeah. And then I've still been reading Marshall Peak. That's the manhwa that I talked about a while back. It's really long, but I'm really enjoying it. We're now at I don't know if you remember, but I mentioned at the time that every time that the main character gets to the peak of the current level that he's at, they find out there's another realm above, and he has to go into a brand new place with a bunch of people and be at the lowest level again, and has to be careful and sneaky, and that's my favorite parts of the story, and I'm just now into that again. And so he's like a little fish in a big ocean again. And so he's got all this cool stuff he can do, but almost none of it is helpful because he's running around with people that are like much bigger than him.
Yeah.
So
That's
it's
interesting.
fun stuff.
I know it.
The
Yes.
arms? Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
It looked familiar. Yeah. See that. The I don't know. It's nice when your main character you can worry about them.
Yeah.
You know, they have something. They're in danger.
Yeah.
So,
I know it won't be long before he becomes incredibly overpowered again. And then that's fun in its own way too, because
Right.
then the like 150 chapters of him having to run from people is him
Yeah.
going back and going, "Hey, remember me? Remember me? Yeah, I remember me too."
Me, Eddie.
So it's fun times. And then I've still been playing a lot of Vampire Survivors.
Yeah, you
I-
got a video today, didn't you?
Yeah, ad time. I put out a video for the late game impressions on that game, which is about 14 hours in, and may not seem like a lot, but man, that game's fun. And I think I'm almost done with it, but I don't exactly know.
Yeah.
And so I'm probably gonna put it on the shelf for a little bit
Fair enough.
until December, because I think I'm right at the end of it, I believe. And so thanks, Nightbot. You're a little late, but appreciate it. But no, I like that game a lot.
You're not. You haven't finished it. Think you're pretty close to the end, and you're gonna hold off because you got some other games to get in.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
Thank you for catching everybody up that was watching an ad. The biggest issue I have with, because some people might say, well, just finish it then. I don't know where the end is.
It might be another 14 hours.
Right, it could be another 14 hours. And it's like, at this
Yeah.
point, I'm at a good enough point with it where I know it's going to be in my top 10. I don't even need to finish it to know it's going to be in my top 10, unless something pushes it out. So I'm going to put it there, and I'm going to go back to the other games that I need to get done with so that I know where they're going to land. And then when
Yeah.
December hits and it's, hey, we're on the road to GOTY now, then it'll be, hey, which of these games is getting finished?
Fair enough.
So,
Which ones are worth finishing?
right. We're at that point where I kind of have to start choosing that. So,
Well. Yeah.
that might be a fun video to make at some point, too, of like, hey, here's what I'm looking at. Here's where I'm at right now. We'll see what winds up being in the top 10. And speaking of top 10s, we're doing top 10s on the channel again.
Yeah.
We did one on Rungren's music. If you haven't watched that yet, please do. I put a lot of work into it. Still got some stuff wrong, but really like the video. We're going to be doing more. So if you have ideas for top 10s you'd like to see, let us know, because I'm excited to keep making more. I like making top 10s.
Didn't you tell me the next top 10 you're going to try to make?
Yeah, the next top 10 is going to be a controversial one, I'm sure, because it's going to be Trey's top 10 Gundam series.
Yes.
And I think it's definitely going to have some choices on there that people are not going to be happy with.
Yeah.
There's
I'm
like
pretty sure
two.
that can get personal.
Oh yeah, there's like 2 Gundam series that I love that I know a lot of people don't. So I'm excited.
There you go, sir.
But other than that, that's really been my week for the most part. Recovering from not doing too great week before, and just trying to keep on keeping on.
Excellent.
I did play some games that I can't really talk about right now because videos are going to be coming up in the next couple days for them, and I want people to get the first impressions raw there. But I played 2 Metroidvanias, and I kind of didn't love either one. So those are going to be great videos, I'm sure.
Okay.
And that's my favorite genre, so like it's always a shame when I play one and I'm like, top 10 times I tell Rugrat, hurry up. At some point we need to do a top 10 memes, top 10 full spectrum memes.
Well, you've got at least 8 right now. I'm pretty sure.
That's
If I go
right.
back and count them up.
My favorite thing about the hurry up Rugrat meme is it transfers so easily, right? We get to Char's counterattack and then it transfers over to hurry up Rungren Gundam Unicorn. Then it goes hurry up Rungren Gundam 00, just
It never ends. And yes, Dark, I did see about that. I've got a redacted news. I don't know if he's seen that, but I did.
Have not seen that. That is brand new news to me. No.
Yeah, he put it's got 3 little horns on the top. It's a VR headset, VR gaming. Yes, it's got 3 explosives in it. That will, if you die in game, if you can help me remember on that. I think the game that he was running, when you die, the screen goes red, and it's the bombs are timed to that red. So when they see the screen goes red, it blows up.
Yeah, that sure sounds like Sword Art Online. No, thank you. Dot Hack did that too.
Somebody, they mentioned that. Somebody else mentioned that. What article was that? It was like, yeah, it was just, which that's what the thing is. You die in the game, you die in real life.
Yeah.
So that. But,
have I ever mentioned how that's my least favorite variant of that? You die in the game, you die in real life. There's like, okay, you put a picture in the Discord. I appreciate it. Sweet. There is a series called Log Horizon that I think does it way better, which is, oh wow, that's a vision. Where if you die in Log Horizon, the game, because you can't log out, but if you die in Log Horizon, instead of dying in real life, you resurrect like you would in the game, but it costs you a memory from your life before the game. And so people are like terrified to leave the starting zone because if you die, you could forget the people that you love.
Well, there's a
yeah, if you die too much, you turn into an NPC.
There you go. There's a short story, and I'm pretty sure it's not the only place it's used. I think it actually goes back into a mix of, I think this power that I'm going to talk about, I think goes back in Irish. I think but it was a succubus who was using it. It was a succubus who went to a bar and would walk up to guys and say, "Hey, can I have your name?"
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Have your name.
Yep, I know what you're talking about.
Tell her name, and they give her their name, and they would forget it. Yep. That's scary.
Yeah, Dot Hack is pretty good too. Sure. So, go ahead.
Well, the Dot Hack series, there was a few of those, wasn't it? Was it 3?
There's a lot of
movies, or was it was a series?
It was multiple series. You had Dot Hack, then you had Dot Hack Legend of the Twilight Bracelet, then you had Dot Hack Sign GU. And then there was a remake of Dot Hack Sign, I believe. Yeah, there's a bunch of games. SAO's 10th anniversary is this year too. Man, I want to like SAO. I really do. I want to like SAO, but I just don't.
Okay.
I think like if we can, okay, let's talk about SAO for a second. I have one huge issue with SAO, and it ruins the whole thing for me. So in SAO, there's specifically like people that played the beta got exclusive skills, right? And so the main character, of course, played the beta. And so everybody's trapped in there. And they call these people that played the beta beaters because it's supposed to be like a beta cheater. Yeah, I know. And like Kirito at one point his beater skill, I don't blame you. Dot Hack characters have great names. Also, yeah, I'm getting to Kirito. His beater skill is that he can use 2 weapons at once. He can dual wield. Okay. And it's supposed to be like a big thing, right? Well, in like episode 6, he gets attacked by like 7 guys on a bridge, and one of them is just dual wielding axes. It's like, wait, hold on. This is his special skill that only he has. But then there's a guy just doing it. And then like 12 episodes later, there's another guy in the background dual wielding swords. It's like, what do you mean? What are they doing? Why are they able to do that? I don't understand.
Well, it's not so special.
So yeah, that's my problem with SAO is you promise me one thing and then you don't keep that promise. I don't just be internally consistent, please. Focus on the tall girl. Yeah, I've heard that Aliciazation is very good. I have. Yeah, the abridged version of that series calls it out I got told I had to watch the abridged version, and so I did. And in the abridged version, they had, and like I was really not excited about watching it because how much I disliked SAO. Part of it, I guess, too, is that SAO was like the anime for a long time. It's the only one people talked about. But in the abridged series, the abridged Kirito is like, why does he have 2 weapons? What's going on here? And it's like, that was my exact reaction years ago, Kirito. So, yeah. Yeah, to be fair, people kind of forgot about .hexine and Log Horizon. Even though Log Horizon was going strong for a while with the database meme. Database, we're living in the database. Yeah.
Okay.
I love that meme. We should move on. We've been in weeks for 40 minutes.
Shall we do some reviews?
Let's get into reviews, yeah. So, I'm excited about these.
Okay.
We've got 4, as you know.
Yeah.
And we're going to start off with this first one I had never heard of before today. It's called The Chant.
The Chant.
The Chant. It's a survival horror game. I did not. And it's being made by Brass Token. I did not know about The Chant. Look, there's a lot of games coming out, man. I'm doing my best to keep up with all.
It sounds like Dark Tower got some playtime in on The Chant. I'm gonna go 87.
Okay. Also, I agree, Dark. I think that's probably what it comes down to at the end of the day. Is .hack is the older, and then Log Horizon was a little bit more about the idea of being trapped in a world. 72 and no thanks.
Yes.
.hack side.
So we got a what's that? 82,
82, 88, 72.
82.
And what was your answer?
87.
87. The answer is 71.
Oh, that is okay.
Well, when you put that, all I can think about is Unlimited Blade Works. So yeah, 71. And I've got some reviews for you here.
Okay.
33-bit says, The Chant doesn't stray too far from the manual to make a modern third-person narrative horror action game, but it delivers in each and every one of its sections. Perhaps the combat is the point where it limps the most, but it remains fully functional. The premiere of Brass Token is a pleasant surprise and makes it a study to keep track of in future projects. So close, chat.
Well, sounds like they enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Or at least piqued their interest in some way. The combat thing's a little weird to me. I mean, there's some good survival horror with some pretty in-depth combat.
Yeah.
But that's not really the focus of a survival horror game.
Right. Push Square says, if only the rest of the game could reach those standards. It's a frustratingly average title that does nothing particularly well nor insultingly bad. The Chant is just very okay, which is probably the most boring route it could take.
Okay. Well, somebody didn't get their coffee before they played it. Goodness. You got any more?
I'm just giving you 2 for each of these tonight because we got 4 of them.
All right.
Although the 2 others at the end of our 4, I might give you an additional 1 for each one. Those are special.
I want some coffee. Let's see. The score was 62.
Unlimited Blade Works was the point. I understand.
Oh, okay.
I am to bone my sword.
Okay. So I gave it a 62. Went to 76, 70, and a 66.
Someone should make some coffee. I mean, I can go make coffee, but I don't think that's going to help you.
That's true.
The score is 42%.
Oh, come on. It can't be that bad. That would be a pretty, for 42%, that'd be a pretty broken survival horror game.
I would think so, but
Goodness.
People just seem to have very middling opinions on it.
And someone, and I agree, someone should make some coffee. Not you, Trey.
Next up, we have the Entropy Centre. And they spell center like the strange people across the ocean.
Right? Probably so. All right. What was the name of the game?
The Entropy Centre. Center,
spell-
CENTRE.
Center. Okay. The Entropy Center.
Yep.
I either am or have reviewed this one.
Dark says
I like
it's Portal. That's
Okay.
the main sticking point for it. It is a game built around those same kind of ideas.
Okay. Yeah, I was thinking around 82 as well. So I'll go 83 just to be a little bit different.
Okay.
That's what I went last time. 83, so we got a 73, 82, 86. I got an 83. Ooh.
The score is 83%.
Ice cream. Give
That's
me
right.
my ice cream.
That's right.
Give me my ice cream.
Put you on the board here.
My ice cream.
Rundgren is on the Ice Cream Wall of Fame.
Yes.
All right.
Ice cream and
Finger
coffee.
Guns
Thank you.
says the Entropy Center is a masterclass in intuitive, creative, and exciting game design. From the first puzzle to the last, you'll be staggered by the imagination on display, and as you rebuild the world around you, you'll have a few chuckles along the way too. A truly excellent first-person puzzle that deserves to be played by absolutely everyone. Also, I just have to hand it to them. That's one of the only reviews for this game that doesn't mention Portal.
Nice. Okay, Dar.
Hello again.
Hey,
Chat.
Arcane, you're back. I guess. Okay. So somebody got their internet working, and somebody else is having to fix theirs.
Yep.
I don't,
Yep.
Not
Yep.
like now this is going. We'll have to see. All right.
I have one more for you.
Okay.
This one's from Push Square that says, visually, the Entropy Center can be a bit hit and miss. A lot has clearly been put into the visual aspect, but it does often feel like assets are reused over and over. As such, the inside of the facility can often feel a bit stale and samey. The same cannot be said for the outside of the facility, though, where outer space looks incredible and almost picture perfect. And now I just have to throw this out here. For a puzzle game, why is it the paragraph you submitted to OpenCritic is about the visuals?
Yeah. That's the most important part of the game, right?
For the
How it
puzzle game,
looks?
yeah.
Yeah. That's the most important part.
Yeah.
With that, I think they're going to recommend it pretty good. If you got no more, I'm going to say 88.
Okay. It's very
That's a
true.
good
It is-
point.
yeah.
That's a good point, Dark. If that's what it is, an office building. Stop copying me.
The score is, we had an 86 and an 89 that's come in. Score is 94. 94%.
94? Okay.
Yeah.
Pretty
Pretty
good
good.
recommendation.
Pretty good. All right. Now we're getting into the big boys.
Okay.
I hope you're ready. Because we're talking Sonic Frontiers.
Sonic Frontiers.
Yeah, so this is a new
Man.
Sonic game. And we'll remind you, this is just a quick thing to remind you. The internet hates Sonic.
Yes and no.
The internet loves Sonic in movies and hates Sonic in video games for some reason.
Look. There's a couple of Sonic video games
Yeah.
that how can we say jaded the audience.
Right. And
so
I
to
blame
speak.
Aaron Hansen of Game Grumps. But at the end of the day, there are some good Sonic games that I really like.
Yes.
Just remember that most of the internet will not give Sonic a chance. I haven't played this game to say if it's good or bad, but
Yeah. It's kind of true. The 2D ones, I haven't heard any complaints on 2D ones. It's the 3D ones.
I think like Sonic Unleashed is not good, but has some cool ideas. Sonic and the Black Knight is not good, but has some cool ideas. Sonic Colors is legitimately good. And then Sonic Generations is legitimately good. But, like, Sonic Forces was not good.
I'm going to go 74.
Okay.
Base went 87. I'm going to go 74. Hedge my bets a bit. Ooh, got an 80 in at 78.
The answer is 73.
Oh,
You almost
okay.
got double ice cream.
I did.
I'm going to read
got 2 scoops.
3 for this one for you, 3 for the next one for you. So our first one for this one is from Forbes, which says, overall, Sonic Frontiers takes the lovable blue hedgehog into a new open world territory while staying true to how Sonic should feel in a functional sense. There's a lot to unpack here, so don't take on too much at once and just go with the high-speed flow. And I read that one because that feels like it's meant to be on the back of the box.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
However,
so you read the ad.
yeah, Worth Playing says, Sonic Frontiers is an all-around retake.
Great take.
Sonic Frontiers is an all-around solid Sonic the Hedgehog game. The shift to a more open-world style of gameplay works almost entirely in its favor and allows the game to offer more freedom and exploration without resorting to werehogs. At heart, it's still the same basic 3D style gameplay that the franchise has been doing lately, but the change in perspective works in its favor. Not every change is a winner, but enough are that I dearly hope that Sega sticks with this flavor instead of reinventing the wheel. Fans of Sonic will be delighted, and those on the fence should give Frontiers a shot. It's easy to see how the greater freedom and lack of annoying gimmicks could be the difference between frustration and fun.
That actually wasn't a bad review.
Yeah. You're not going to like this one, though.
Okay.
Games Radar says, Sonic Frontiers features the kind of lightweight yet engaging storytelling that should enrapture fans young and old. Though I'd hate to be a child forced to play through some of the abysmal platforming featured throughout. Was taking Sonic open world an ambitious endeavor? Yes. Did it pay off? Absolutely not.
So these I was kind of around where our chat was thinking.
I don't go to Sonic for a story-based
not
game.
really.
Just throw that out
Sonic's
there.
Pretty much, it's pretty much should be strictly gameplay.
Yeah.
Through levels. I think I'm gonna go a little bit lower. I'm gonna go 64.
Okay.
64 is mine. So in already we got a
95. Wow.
All right.
Big on the Sonic train.
You should be playing. So we got a 76, 69, 95, 67. I got a 64.
The answer is 57%. I tried to warn you. The internet hates Sonic.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
And the clips I've seen are really good. The people that I've seen actually talking about the game are talking about how the platforming is actually like really solid and the combat's fun and there's a lot of tech you can do, a lot of cool stuff you can do. But the internet hates Sonic.
Yeah. All right.
57.
Last one
Dark.
57, yeah.
You know what the internet doesn't hate?
Huh.
Kratos. God. Oh, I spelled that wrong. God. No, I did it again. God of War Ragnarok.
God of War. Ragnarok.
So.
Oh, come on.
Will this game be the Elden Ring killer, or will it fall behind?
I don't know about the killer. I think it's gonna be good. I was thinking around 94 too, so I'm gonna go. I go 92.
Okay.
I go 92 on this one. We got some high scores on this one. 10,000, 94, 97, 93, 96.
One of these days, Will's going to make one of those incredible guesses, and it's going to be right, and we're all going to be floored. Why does it say 10,000? The answer is 94. Which means Dark also gets on the ice cream board.
94. Very good. This game should be good though, right? It's got history with it. It's got stuff. It's got yeah. They would have to ruin this game would be a tragedy. Yes, Ice Cream Queen finally back on the board.
So, I'm sure you expect this kind of review, so I'm going to go ahead and get one of these out of the way. God is a Geek says, God of War Ragnarok is the definition of a masterpiece, featuring some of the best combat of all time, a gripping, poignant, and ambitious story with so much to do, you'll never want it to end.
Okay. I mean, that's good, but I mean, that's like, that would be, for selling it, that would be an ad spot.
Most of those are that. Most of the reviews that we have today are that. In a way that I actually found really annoying. So this game has over 100 reviews. And I would say that like 70% of them are just that.
Yeah, makes sense.
And it was really annoying. This one though, I want to read you this one because I think it actually was like kind of helpful. Cog Connected says God of War Ragnarok is a masterpiece. Even though the game maintains many elements that were established in its predecessor, it refines them to create an unforgettable experience. The quintessential storytelling is a highlight of the medium, and its impeccable combat will keep you enthralled throughout. Although Santa Monica Studios set a high bar with their previous outing, Ragnarok soars above it. So it's kind of the same thing, but they do at least like say the combat's better, the story's better.
Hey, I'm just impressed they got out the thesaurus for that review.
Right? Yeah.
But,
I
okay,
mean,
so
lest we forget that Sonic review that had the word favor in it 3 times. It works in its favor.
yes. I'm gonna say a lot of you gonna be a must play. I'm gonna go with 98.
I have
got
one more for you
97.
if you want to hold off.
Okay, I will.
This is the last review for it, which is from The Gamer, and says, these improvements and refinements make Ragnarok a great sequel, and the increased length will please the time spent equals value crowd. But the path from Faye's final resting place, which was in the first game, to the final battle of Ragnarok is not nearly as composed or worthwhile as it could have been.
No, I'll still stick with my 98.
Okay.
We're all shooting pretty high for this game. The recommended score.
99, 93, 96. There was a 97 before.
There's a 99.
The score
97,
is
93.
98%. Rungren gets double ice cream.
Oh, yes, double scoop. That is awesome. Yeah, well, we all figured it would be in the 90s that they were going to be recommending this game.
Now, I do have to mention, because I thought it was very funny, one of the things that a lot of people talked about leading up to this game was that it would unseat Elden Ring for the highest reviewed game of the year. It is 1 point lower.
Yeah. Well, there you have it.
Yours was a little too big, Will. Just a little bit. A little bit.
Yeah. Overshot just a bit.
And that's not me going, well, Elden Ring's better, because that's not how review scores work. I just did want to comment on it because I know a lot of people, were excited for that idea. Not specifically like our crowd, but
I know what Will did. He was typing that in. He was like, Tronzum!
That's right. That's right.
10,000.
Yeah. I really liked God of War 2018. I wish it had a better name than just God of War again. I wish it was, I unironically wish it was God of War again instead of just being God of War and then having to say God of War 2018. God of War again is a better title in my mind. But I'm excited for Ragnarok. I think if it does actually build on the first game, because one of the biggest problems I had in the first game is that your combat, once you have all of the verbs for combat, it's just kind of like, okay, well, I could do this cool stuff, but the better option is just to throw my axe.
Yeah.
And so my hope is they've evolved the combat enough that that's not it. Because in the old games, it was, how do I want to do this?
Yeah. Yeah, it was a button masher.
Yeah. So, all right. We'll move into the announcements then. We're going to leave that ice cream wall up there where everybody can see.
Yes.
Dark.
Yes.
Right? Moving on into announcements, we have some kind of cool things coming up here for 40K and Age of Sigmar Battleforces. And I added on the Age of Sigmar right at the end there because I didn't realize it was happening because I don't follow Age of Sigmar news. But these are kind of cool things for anybody who doesn't know. Battle Forces are like, hey, it's almost Christmas time. Here's an option where you can buy somebody a Christmas box, you know? Yeah, that's what you do with God of War, for sure. In the past, the Battle Forces have not been very good. And this time they're weird, like in a good way. If you haven't collected these armies, this is a great deal for you. If you have collected these armies and you just bought a single box, this could still be a good deal for you. But all of the 40K ones have a character in them. And when I say a character, I mean like the character for that faction, which are normally pretty expensive, right? Yeah. Morvenval's like $60 on her own. So if you already bought one, there's no reason for you to buy this box, really. Unless you just plan to sell that second Morvenval. But the Adeptus Sororitas Sisters of Battle one comes with Morvenval, a bunch of Paragon Warsuits, some Sacrosanct, some Battle Sisters. It's a pretty good deal. We don't yet know what the prices are going to be, but they're probably going to be around $220, $225. That's what they were last year. For that deal, you're saving like $60 by buying this to get all this stuff. Okay. It's not the best of the boxes, but it's cool. The Custodes one, however, the Watchers of the Gate, is like, that's 1,000 points of Custodes right there. That's almost 1,300 points of Custodes. You can just buy that box and be able to do most of the different levels of combat just for that box. It's crazy how much value is in this box. Henry Cavill, please come on this podcast and talk about the Watchers of the Gate. And of course, it comes with a character as well, which is Trajan Valoris, which again is like $60 on his own. Custodes are expensive. You get a box of 4 for like $40, and this box comes with 15 of those guys. So this is a great deal already. But then it also comes with some bikes and stuff. I'm thinking about it. The AdMech one is okay. It comes with Belisarius Call. He's a $60 model as well. AdMech aren't in a very good spot right now, and I don't think this is a very good value, because if you have AdMech, you probably already have Call. He's like the best unit in their army, so, you know. The Knights box is, if this box is anything less than $400, it's an incredible deal. Imperial Knights are incredibly expensive because they're their own army. You field like 5 units for a 2,000-point army. The Imperial Knights box is 1,000 points just in and of itself, and it is one full-on Canis Rex Preceptor, which is like a $140 model. It's huge. Oh. It's like this tall. If this box is $200 and you get a Preceptor along with 4 smaller guys, that box is already worth it. That one's going to be hard for me not to get, to be honest with you. That one's going to be hard for me not to get.
Well, in the past year, I think about the past year, they've been pushing, like, there's a couple of different starter sets.
Yeah.
That 40K has put out.
Yeah.
And those are not huge armies, but those are running, I think, $80, $90.
Yeah.
For that starter set.
And you get some good units in those. The Death Guard one comes with Mortarion, who is $140 on his own. An incredible model that is huge and is the best unit in their army. So again, if you're already collecting Death Guard, this box probably is worthless for you unless you just want another Mortarion.
Yeah.
But if you're not already collecting Death Guard, hey, this is a free Mortarion, basically, with everything else in the box.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
Well, like, if you're gonna get one of these boxes, you're gonna be set up with an army.
Pretty much.
You can go play.
Pretty much. Know? And I think that's what they were going for this time. The Thousand Suns box is like a godsend for Thousand Sun players, because it's the first box that Thousand Suns have had in a long time that isn't just a bunch of Zangors. Zangors are a bird demon that can go with Tzeentch armies with Thousand Suns, but you don't use them in Thousand Suns most of the time. You use Rubric Marines, and all the Thousand Sun boxes come with like 60 Zangors you're not going to use and you don't want, except for this one, which comes with 20 Rubric Marines, which is an incredible deal. And then Magnus the Red, which is also $140 normally. And look, on one hand, this box would be cool to own, right? On the other hand, painting Magnus the Red would literally kill me. There is so much detail in that mini. Because he's not mini. He's this tall.
Right.
I can't do it. I love Magnus. Like, Magnus did nothing wrong. I can't do it. Then there's two, like, weird boxes for the last two Battle Forces, which are, hey, you want to play Imperial Fist or Raven Guard? They're the worst armies in the game right now. And our boxes look different. But if you want to play it, which makes me think we might be getting, like, additional rules for them in these boxes.
Possibly.
But it's like Torgaradon and like 15 heavy intercessors, which is like, look, there are very few armies in this game that can use 15 heavy intercessors, and the one I play is not one of them. So, like, I don't know that I would ever even consider getting this box. And then the other one, the Raven Guard one, comes with a bunch of Reavers, which are good everywhere. That's not a bad deal. But it also comes with Cave and Shrike, who can only be ran as Raven Guard. So it's a weird choice for, like, Space Marine boxes, because I can't buy this and use everything in this box with my Blood Angels. I would have to sell Cave and Shrike or, like, proxy him as a different model. But it does come with a Phobos Librarian, and that guy's really cool. So he's got, like, a hood, and he blasts people with his mind. But that's the 40K ones. The Age of Sigmar ones are much better deals in my mind, even though I don't know that much about Age of Sigmar, because Age of Sigmar has a lot of Horde armies, and so, yeah, you may have a character, because these all have characters too, you may have a character that you already have one of, turn around and sell that character, but you get a bunch more of your Horde. The Daughters of Cain has one that comes with a Slaughter Queen on a Cauldron of Blood. I don't know that much about Age of Sigmar, but that sounds cool. But then it comes with a bunch of witch elves. The Cruel Boys, which are the Oryx, have one that comes with a Snatchaboss on a Sludge Raker Beast and a Killaboss on a Corpse Ripper Vulture, and then a bunch of Cruel Boys. It seems okay. The big one that I see a lot of people talking about is the Squigs. The Gloomspite Gets has a Squigalanche box coming, which just gives you a bunch of Squigs, which is a Horde army. And this is all Greek to you, I know. But, like, a bunch of Squigs, which is a pretty good deal. Because you got to buy a bunch of them for your for your army anyway. The Skaven box is kind of that way, too. You get 40 clan rats and 40 plague monks in this box. So, like,
a lot of painting.
If you need Skaven, there you go. I kind of want to collect Skaven, but I don't know, man. The coolest one to me is the Legion of Grief, the Night Haunt box, which has a character, Lady Olander, but also has, like, the Black Coach, which is a pretty expensive mini on its own. Which is, like, the Night Haunt are ghosts and skeletons and stuff. And the Black Coach is a stagecoach with ghosts on top of it being pulled by ghost horses. And it looks super cool.
Nice.
So if you don't have the coach and you want one, this is probably a great deal, because you also get a bunch of your Grimghast Reapers and Deathscythe Harridans. The Sylvaneth box gives you Tree Lords, which are cool, as well as a character that you probably already have, because it's the best character in your army. So again, if you aren't collecting Sylvaneth, here you go. If you are,
But these would be a great box to buy starting out, right?
Oh yeah, for
If you
sure.
get your army.
You get a character, it's an army in a box. That's what it is. The Stormcast Eternals one is actually pretty good, even if you already have it, which makes it an outlier. Kind of like the Skaven one, where you get two characters, one of which is like, they're both dragon mounted, so you can run them not as characters, which is a big thing. Because it means even if you already have the box, you don't have to worry about it. You can run them as a specialty unit anyway. And then it comes with 10 Vanquishers, 10 Vigilers, and also comes with some Night Relictors. So, like, if you're a Stormcast player, even if you already have a lot of these characters, this box is worth it anyway, which, again, makes it kind of weird compared to the others. Out of these, The 40k battle forces are weird because there's no Xenos armies in it. The Tau aren't there, the Orcs aren't there, the Tyranids aren't there. And then specifically the AOS armies didn't get the Seraphon, the Lizard Men, they didn't get anything. So, and neither did the Ogres. So, I don't know if there's more stuff planned and they just haven't announced it, but my gut says this is all we're getting this year is these boxes. In which case, I think the 40k ones are a great deal if you're starting out, but are not great at all really if you are already collecting those armies. I don't think there's a single one of those that is like a great deal if you're already collecting, except maybe the Custodes one, because Custodes are so expensive, and the Knight one. The Knight one's great even if you already collect Knights. That's a great deal. Whereas the Age of Sigmar one is... Right. Age of Sigmar is Stormcast and Skaven is where I'm sitting at if you're not already collecting those armies. If you're already collecting... If you are not, all of these are a great deal, because you get your biggest piece and an army in a box. But kind of weird choices, but I like it.
Oh.
I'm not opposed to making boxes that are more for new players. Maybe it'll make more people want to play.
Right.
Also, hello again.
Hello.
So,
Hello.
that's where we're at on that. I know I just took up
All right.
10 minutes of everybody's time for stuff that only I care about, but there's people watching that I know do, so we'll move on from the 40k stuff. Let's talk about Smite having a RuneScape crossover.
This is weird.
So, basically, what you're going to get is you're going to get... I don't know if you watched the video or not. The video is pretty funny. But you're going to get some big RuneScape characters like Gnome Child and Blessed Dragon Hide. Making sure I got that right. Play it like as skins in Smite.
This is a weird. This is a weird crossover.
Yep.
I don't know. Okay. Smite and RuneScape.
And it's specifically like old school RuneScape too, so it's gonna have like the old style effects and stuff. It's a weird choice. But I mean, hey, why not, right? Why not?
No, I don't know. If you can do it, I guess.
Yeah.
It's not Doctor Who and Eve.
Right. We're not at that point. So
Yeah.
speaking of crossovers though, let's talk about Dead Cells. Everyone is here. So you might remember how that was the tagline for Smash a while back.
Yeah.
Well, Dead Cells has co-opted it, moving into the Everyone is Here update. This is volume 2 of Everyone is Here. So before we had a bunch of stuff that got added to Dead Cells from crossovers from other games. Well, this time they're adding even more. Terraria. Basically, all the games that I'm going to mention are getting a character, a weapon, and like all kinds of stuff going on. It's skins for your character, but it changes the moveset and everything. In some ways. Terraria is adding the guide and the Heavenly Sword Star Fury, which works just like it does in Terraria, where stars fall from the sky and strike enemies. Shovel Knight is adding, of course, Shovel Knight and the shovel. So you'll be able to like jump on enemies to do damage to them. It's pretty cool. Now these are just skins, sort of, to previous weapons. So like it was the King Scepter, now it's Shovel Knight. It's just Shovel Knight.
Yeah.
Hotline Miami is adding in a character with the baseball bat.
Okay.
So there you go. Katana Zero is adding in the main character Katana Zero with his katana.
Okay.
Slay the Spire is adding in their character with diverse deck. And this like gets each of the 4 classes from Slay the Spire into one skill. You get a passive power from one class, and you can play with a passive for as long as you like, but once you activate it, it gives you a one-off boost, and then it moves you back over to one of the other classes' passives. It sounds really cool, and I want to try it out. Risk of Rain is adding in their character, and he'll have the laser glaive.
This is a lot of marketing.
It's a lot of stuff. Yeah. So there you go. This is coming, and Dead Cells just continues to become a bigger and bigger game, right?
Yeah.
So why not? And all of this will be coming in. It's available now, but you have to find it from the book of clues in the prisoner's quarters. And then you got to do the challenges to unlock the outfit.
Okay.
So
A little bit Breath of the Wildish.
a little bit.
Find the book.
But that's
use the
not
clues.
all. Because the crossover's also happening back the other way in Terraria sometime in 2023.
Okay.
So there's going to be Dead Cell stuff added to Terraria
Oh.
in 2023. We don't know what yet. But that's cool.
Yeah. And it kind of fits in with their tagline there.
Yeah, but wait, there's more. Exactly. And then finally for announcements, let's talk about AGDQ because the schedule's been announced. And just like last time, I'm not going to run down the whole list, but I want to give you some of the big ones here. There's going to be a Splatoon 3 any percent that's going to take 25 minutes, supposedly. Ran by Lontro. Breath the Wild is getting a 15% or 15-minute any percent by Player 5. Now, of course, there's games that are always going to be here, like Symphony of the Night, Donkey Kong Country 3, though that one specifically is a race this time. And that'll be a 30-minute race between 3 different players. Seems cool. But I wanted to hit on like some of the weird games that either came out recently and are here, or that like nobody really talks about anymore that are going to be showing up here. Like Gungrave is getting a 10-minute run for an 80%. I want to see that.
Yeah.
That sounds cool. Axe Battler, A Legend of Golden Axe for Game Gear, 100% run in 10 minutes.
Okay.
I want to see that.
Golden Axe.
Superliminal with all the collectibles in 10 minutes. That's a game that came out really recently. That's one thing I like to see on these is like games that just came out, like how much work have they had to do? And speaking of that, Froggun in 10 minutes, any percent.
Okay.
I gotta see that. Yeah, I also really like the old Gungrave games. The anime's pretty good too. Astral Chain, any percent, 10 minutes. I'm sorry, I've been giving you the wrong times here. I am sorry, let me fix this. They moved the time for how long the stream is going to be from like to the other side of the screen. Now instead, there's another timer that is the setup length. I was like, why are all these exactly 10 minutes? That doesn't seem right. The Breath of the Wild, any percent is going to be 29 minutes. The Splatoon 3, any percent is going to be an hour and a half. That makes way more sense. The Donkey Kong Country 3 race is going to be 55 minutes. Yeah, that's a full retake. The Gungrave one is going to be 35 minutes. That makes way more sense. The Superliminal one is going to be 32 minutes. That makes way more sense. And then the Froggun one is going to be 50 minutes. That makes way more sense. It's very confused there. Why would they flip that? That doesn't make sense to me. Outer Wilds, 100% with the Stranger DLC for 35 minutes. That could be cool to see. Outer Wilds runs are really cool. A Transistor, any percent in 50 minutes. That's going to be crazy to see. I love that game. FF7, any percent, no save slots, 7 hours and 10 minutes.
Okay. Dude. No saves?
Yeah.
Wow.
Pretty crazy to see.
Yeah.
I'm curious about this one. Stray in 53 minutes.
Okay.
Oh, I muted that for them just in time. You're the only one that had to hear that.
Bless yourself.
Thank you. There was one more here that I'd written down. in my notes. Where is it? Where is it? So less than 25 minutes. That's going to be pretty good. Oh, there it is. Metroid Prime 1 and 2 multi-world randomizer co-op in 3 hours.
That would be interesting.
Yeah. That's a cool idea for a stream. Also, this is a weird one. We've never seen this at AGDQ, and I'm kind of excited for it. An FF14 Palace of the Dead solo machinist in an hour. They're saying they can beat Palace of the Dead solo on machinist in an hour. That's going to be pretty cool to see. There's no telling how much they had to route that, and then Palace of the Dead's also random. So,
Okay.
that's going to be interesting to see. Then, of course, there's the Mega Man block, as there always is. There's the Sonic block. But then Metroid Dread in an hour 35. No, all 100 levels and then going past that. They're aiming for level 180. Metroid Dread in 135, all bosses glitchless race. That could be really cool. And then a Dark Souls 2 Scholar of the First Sin using like the 1.0 version of it, an hour 20. That could be really cool to see. And then Pokemon Legends Arceus, 2 hours 45.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah, if you go in as a group or solo and you don't ever take any, like you never stop, you just do it straight, you can get past level 100.
Dang.
But you can't die. If you die and lose, then you don't get to go past. But that's it for our announcements. Now we get into the news.
All right.
I know everybody's excited for these. Let's talk about Symbiogenesis.
Okay.
Now, if you remember when Symbiogenesis was announced, I got excited because it seemed like it was going to be in the Parasite Eve universe.
Yes.
And that it was going to be like the Parasite Eve remake, basically. It's not that. It's not that at all. It's Square Enix's NFT game.
Man, that's a bummer.
Yep. Yep. So, there's not really much to say there other than just like, why? Why'd you call it Symbiogenesis, first off?
Yeah. And haven't you learned your lesson about NFTs? Come on.
Come on, Square. So, basically, they put in a thing here of like, hey, we know that it might have been confusing, but this is what it is. And they give a little video of, I was going to pull it up on screen, and then I remembered that will get our visual copyright, and I cannot do that. Even though it's just like NFT game, unravel the story, Symbiogenesis, and that's all it is. And then it says 2023 spring, but the audio started playing anyway. Sorry, everybody. It's supposed to be, I had muted. I don't understand why I did that. It's supposed to be like an NFT art gathering game.
Okay, that's weird. So everybody's game will have different art?
I don't know, man. I feel like it's just going to be looking at NFT art. And again, why call it Symbiogenesis? Yeah, I'm just mad. I'm just mad, Dark. They took Parasite Eve from me. So next up, Modern Warfare 2. That's not it. We do it like this. Is getting paid DLC next year. And you may say, of course it is. That's how map packs. That's how it's always worked, right? Well, it's not a map pack. It's getting a premium expansion. And the next Call of Duty won't be coming out until 2024.
So they're going to skip a year.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just
Might be a
weird.
good idea.
Modern Warfare 2 Year 2, basically. Yeah, it's going to be a premium full release, they say.
Yeah. Right. I understand.
Let me read you their statement here. Activision is looking forward to building on its current momentum in 2023, with plans for next year including the most robust Call of Duty live operations to date, the next full premium release in the blockbuster annual series, and even more engaging free-to-play experience across platforms. So you're going to hear that and go, well, that means, of course, the next game. No, they mean this DLC, this expansion.
I kind of wonder if they didn't have the next full game done, because it's an annual thing
Right. It's been annual
like-
for a very long time.
for just like the sports games. It would be you'll get a new one each year. So I'm kind of wondering if they didn't, if they planned this to be a DLC, or it's like, yeah, let's just do this as a DLC.
Right.
That's interesting.
The first one a long time ago, yeah. And it was also called Modern Warfare 2. It's really hard to say. There's been a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes with Sony and Microsoft over exclusivity. We're going to get into that in a bit.
Yeah. And both companies have been buying up studios.
Yeah. So
We've talked about that quite a bit.
I don't know. It's a weird way to announce this, and it's also a weird thing. It's gonna be strange not having a new Call of Duty coming out.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it. I think this is a change they should have done a while back, but it makes the new release mean something. But that's where we're at on that.
All right.
And from now on, Rundgren is just as in the dark as the rest of you. He is in redacted times now. Speaking of exclusivities, let's talk about FF16 and Forspoken being timed exclusives on PlayStation.
Okay.
They're coming to PC,
Yeah.
but they're going to be timed exclusive on console. And this is a thing we're used to, right? This is how it happens, right? But Final Fantasy 16 is going to be a timed exclusive on PlayStation for 6 months, which is the regular period, right?
Yeah.
Forspoken is going to be a PlayStation exclusive on consoles until 2025.
Golly.
Why?
Just make that a PlayStation exclusive.
Yeah.
I think back to Square talking about how they aren't making money. Yep. I don't know. I got some. Yeah. Square.
Yeah.
As a company, one of the companies, a few in the gaming world that I was so in love with when I was young and playing some of the Square Enix games for the first time.
Still have an incredibly complicated relationship with Square Enix.
Yeah.
I keep crawling back to them every time. So let's talk about how weird Sony is with their exclusivity, right? Because Final Fantasy VII Remake was supposed to have a 1-year exclusivity, which was like longer than normal on consoles. And when it was just about to be up, Sony paid for a 6-month increase. So that Final Fantasy VII Remake is still not on Xbox. Yeah, pretty much, Dark. Pretty much. It really feels like Square is just rolling in the money while Sony's going, we only want your stuff on our consoles. It's been that way for a long time. And Square's going, yeah, sure, whatever you say, man. Just keep handing me money.
Yeah, keep paying.
I don't know. Like, I'm not surprised that 15. Wow. 15 is going to be exclusive for 6 months, right? The Forspoken one is the one that just like floors me.
Well, no, it's kind of a weird thing because used to, way back in the day, right? If there was exclusives, if you didn't have that console, you were never going to play that game.
Yeah.
If you didn't have the original Xbox, you would never play Fable.
Yeah.
You had to, and there was,
Right.
I believe like God of War. You're not going to play it on anything but a PlayStation.
Yeah.
Well, they came out saying they aren't making enough money to make games like they
That's
used.
that's every company though, really. Like Activision put out a thing saying that their year to year was lower than it should be. Sony's
True.
been saying that, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
And again, it's unfortunate for the people that don't have a gaming PC and are stuck with, hey, I either get this console or that console, I don't get to play all the games.
Yeah.
And you could say, well, that's the same for the Switch. It's like, yeah, but the Switch's games for the most part are like just Nintendo games that are exclusive, right?
Yeah.
It's
not a game behind it.
right. It's this weird like ground of most games come out on both, but not all of them.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't know. I think I may go against the grain a little bit. I think there's something good with having some exclusive titles.
Yeah.
Because then you have these titles that the companies are gonna go in big on.
Yeah.
You know? But with all the I can't even count how many studios we've talked about Microsoft buying, talked about Sony buying.
Yeah.
Independent studios this past year. If that's the way, that's not another ad. Okay. Take a breather for a second.
You got it, Nightbot. You finally caught it.
Hey.
Congratulations, Nightbot. Right in the middle of what Rungern was saying. Oh boy. Gotta love ads. I told you that Twitch wanted us to run 8 ads an hour, didn't I?
Holy. No.
Yeah, they wanted us to run 8 ads an hour. And I bumped it back to 2 an hour.
If these companies didn't have all these studios in their pocket, then I don't think exclusivity being exclusive, I don't think that would be such a bad thing. Because it would only be a couple of games per console.
Like it used to. It would be Halo and Gears versus Sly Cooper and God of War. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. Yeah. But with them owning... Well, used to, though, when you had the things being exclusive, you had enough independent studios.
Right. That it didn't matter.
Yeah. There was 1 or 2 games that each company, each console, so to speak, got to, these are ours. And this
the consoles were also much cheaper.
That's true. That's true. They were. You got to wait a long time for consoles to come down to a decent price now.
Yeah. So even when there were exclusives back then, it was like, okay, well, it's $200 at most for an Xbox 360. So, it's not that big. Whereas now you're paying 3 times that,
Yeah. Ugh, I don't know. The timed version of this seems a little bit silly.
It is.
That seems petty.
It is petty.
That's not saying this is our game.
Yeah.
That's not, you're not backing up the studio going, no, we believe in this game.
Right.
We believe in this game is going to help us sell our console. And it's not like that. It's just like, no, now we're keeping this game exclusive, so you can't have it.
Yeah.
Not to glorify a console, but to make sure that it's in our, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Agree. I agree.
All right.
Moving on to the next bit of news. Let's talk about Blue Box and Hideo Kojima.
Okay.
So I'm sure everybody remembers Blue Box, the people that said they were making Silent Hill. They never said, hey, we're making Silent Hill. But they were making a game called Abandoned and said that their game started with an S and ended with an L. And it was a survival horror game set in a spooky town.
Yeah.
They then tried to play it off as, well, no, we never said that. We never You're just misunderstanding what was going on. You don't get it. And released a demo for Abandoned on PlayStation and Xbox, and the demo was a 30-second video file and was nothing else, if you remember. They have, for the longest time now, been claiming, like, not claiming, but they've been hinting that Hideo Kojima is on board. And this is all like, is it Blue Box or is it Kojima? And we had a big subject on a big talk on the podcast of, what are the chances, looking at all the information. Hideo Kojima has come out and said, basically, no, they're not me. They're a nuisance.
Oh,
said that people, it started with people like, he was on the Brain Structure podcast, which is his podcast, and he talked about this. And it started with people sending him pictures of Hassan, the man who runs Blue Box. And he says, well, this one I didn't really understand at first. Users just kept sending me pictures of this Hassan. They still send me collages and deepfake images like 20 a day. It's really quite a nuisance. This has been going on for nearly 2 years now. Then he, talking to Jeff Keighley, says, Jeff, you remember when we did the Moby Dick thing, which was the Metal Gear Solid 5 reveal? You were in on the whole thing, and that was pretty fun, but people should know that I wouldn't do the same thing twice. I've never spoken with Hassan. The game is yet to be released, right? I don't think there's much he can do or say at this point, but if he releases the game, then people might understand. So maybe he should just hurry up and release it. It'll die down after that. I'm not involved in any way.
Well, one, glad somebody else is being told.
Yeah.
Two, man, if you don't have Hideo Kojima on board, don't mention him.
Yep.
Because that's gonna get people's ears.
Yep.
And they might forget that you said, hey, this game was gonna be this way, and it's not quite that way.
Right.
But they're not gonna forget that you said you had one of the greatest game developers of all time.
Yeah. Working
with you, and you don't. That's pretty crappy.
No, they shot themselves in the foot. The internet turned on them real quick. However, the story doesn't end there.
Oh, goodness.
Because the Blue Box Twitter account, run by Hassan Kamraman himself, tweeted out in a quote tweet to Game Informer's article on this. I don't know if it is debatable, though. I think he's one of the greats.
No, one of.
I think Hideo Kojima is one of the greats for sure.
Yeah, he is one of the great. One of the
man,
names. For sure.
Man lit the midnight oil to make the ice function properly and have the right physics in a single level you can't go back to in Metal Gear Solid 2. Yeah. Where if you shoot the ice cube tray and the ice cube lands on the counter, it will slowly melt as time passes. Like, what a madman.
Yeah.
Anyway, the Blue Box Twitter account quote tweeted the Game Informer article about this, saying, we want to thank at Hideo Kojima, or at Kojima Hideo, for addressing the conspiracies openly. It's been a burden and not cool for both fans and developers. We hope everyone can close this for good. We're working hard on Abandoned, and we would like to thank you all for your patience. Also, we ask fans to stop harassing Hideo Kojima regarding Abandoned messages. This is not acceptable and is not entertaining. Bro, you did this. You started this. Like, yeah. You made this. Like, I don't think so, though, Dark. I disagree. It's a different discussion. We can come back to that. But, like, you started this, Blue Box. You don't think it to go, yeah, this is a huge nuisance. All you people doing this, that we got you to go do it, this is a huge problem. I wish, this is a mistake. You people are a nuisance. Like, you're the one who egged them on.
Yeah. Ugh. That just seems like a mess.
Yeah, it is. It is. I doubt Kojima will ever respond to that. I think he'll probably just let it lie. But
yeah, that's a pretty weird take. Oh, by the way, this is not good at all. This is bad for fans. You did it.
Yep.
Yeah, it's so bad for fans.
Also, now, real quick, I think whether you like Death Stranding or not, which I'm on board saying that I like it, but I think it has problems. I think whether you like Death Stranding or not, the physics in that game are extremely well made. Everything in that game is incredibly detailed, and work was put in to make sure that the physics were right. That doesn't make it a great game, but it does, in my mind, make Kojima a really good developer.
But see, he's got. If you're going back over the history of gaming, I think you have to give Metal Gear Solid, some room in there when you're talking about the history of gaming, because that caught a lot of people's attention.
Well, and
from that perspective,
yes, but Kojima's team works with Kojima. It's not like a regular studio. When he left Konami, the team went with him because Kojima is always in and among his team. He is, and I'm not trying to say, Hideo Kojima and I are not friends. He doesn't know me. I'm not sitting here just like, oh, I love Kojima. Kojima makes some weird choices, and I think I made that clear in my Death Stranding review. But the man is always in and among his team, making sure things are done the way he wants them done, but not in the way that like Yuji Naka does. Like Yuji Naka is in the team going, well, it has to be this way. Kojima's in the team going, let me help you make it this way. Let's do it this. I'd like to see this happen. Let's make sure it works like this. Like, that's why it's called Kojima Productions, is because that's what he does, And for good or bad, that means that he gets complete control over how the story goes, over how the characters are designed. MGS4 has some weird choices on character designs, but that was his artistic vision.
Yeah.
He's a great developer. Strange storyteller. I love his stories, but strange storyteller. But a great developer.
This is back on the original story of the Blue Box out. That's just it's really kind of horrible.
It is. It absolutely is. Why drag him into that?
Yeah. Well, why set up, gaming fans, your people who are looking forward to your game, that way? But anyway,
I agree. Well, for our final bit of news for this week, I have a really fun thing for you. Spoken by a Lovecraft fan. Yeah, Hideo Kojima writes weird stuff, man, and I like H.P. Lovecraft's writing. So, let's talk about the best-selling game in Japan of all time.
Selling game in Japan of all time?
Yep, because a new game has jumped up there. And I could just give you that game, but instead I want to work my way up.
They don't count that one.
So
otherwise, they would say that every week.
I want to work my way up and then let you guess what the number one selling game in Japan of all time is. Does it have yields in it? There's a top 20 here. This has been gathered together by Games Data Library. Number 20 is the DS version of Dragon Quest IX, Sentinels of the Starry Skies, which sold 4,400 copies in Japan. I'm sorry, not 4,400, 4.4 million.
Okay,
let me clarify that.
Like, not near as many gamers in Japan as I originally thought.
Right, 4.4 million. Pokemon X and Y for the 3DS, which sold 4.56 million. New Super Mario Bros. Wii for the Wii, which sold 4.67 million.
Okay.
Splatoon 3 for the Switch, which sold 5 million.
And quickly, too. Goodness.
And again, remember, before people are like, I know this game sold a lot more than that. I mean, just in Japan.
Yeah.
Before that, number 16 is Brain Age 2, More Training in Minutes a Day for the DS, which sold 5.1 million.
Okay.
Splatoon 2 for the Switch is number 15 at 5.11 million.
Okay, well, that's fixing to get passed by its
yeah,
Splatoon.
it's definitely going to oversell it for sure.
Yeah.
Monster Hunter Freedom 3 for the PSP sold 5.3 million.
Wow. Okay.
Animal Crossing Wild World for the NDS, the Nintendo DS, sold 5.35 million. Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire for the Game Boy Advance sold 5.4 million.
Yeah.
Pokemon Black and White for the DS sold 5.54 million. Pokemon Diamond and Pearl for the DS, this is number 10, sold 5.85 million. Animal Crossing New Leaf, Pokemon Sword and Shield, I spoiled one for you there. Pokemon Sword and Shield for the Switch sold 5.9 million. It's crazy that the Switch title is that high for me.
Yeah.
Animal Crossing New Leaf for the 3DS sold 5.95 million. New Super Mario Brothers for the DS, number 7, sold 6.49 million.
Holy.
Mario Kart 8 Deluxe for the Switch sold 6.55 million. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate for the Switch at number 5 sold 6.65 million.
Yeah, I can see that one there. Okay.
Super Mario Brothers, number 4 for the Famicom,
Wow. Okay.
sold 6.81 million.
Goodness.
Pokemon Gold and Silver for the Game Boy sold 7.17 million.
Okay.
At number 2, Pokemon Red, Green, and Blue, which was eventually ported back to Japan, sold 10.23 million copies.
Golly.
So what do you think number 1 is?
Tetris.
Okay. Chat, I'm going to give you the time that it takes me to take this drink to get your guesses in. What do you think number 1 is?
Man.
Pokemon Scarlet has not released yet. That would be incredible.
Like
More lifetime sales than the first game.
Man, the Famicom really surprised me. I mean, I knew it sold a lot.
Yeah.
The original Super Mario Brothers. Goodness.
Pre-orders,
What do we
I
got?
guess so. At 10.45 million.
Okay.
Animal Crossing New Horizons for the Switch
No.
just took over.
That game came out at the right time.
It did.
What
It did.
That came
And
out at the right
Japan
time.
loves it.
Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, yeah, I see that. In a kind of in a retrospective sense, yeah, okay, I guess I see it putting it that way. But man,
Yep.
that was not the game. There were so many other games that I thought that's true. No, it's not.
So let me
interesting.
surprise you here with a couple things.
Okay.
There is not a Final Fantasy game on this list.
Yeah.
There's only one Dragon Quest on this list, and they
Yeah.
literally shut down office buildings when Dragon Quest games come out.
Yeah.
There are no Zeldas on this list at all.
Right.
Like it is crazy to me to see what isn't here, you know?
Yeah. Well, Pokemon games take up a lot of spots.
They do. Japan love Pokemon.
Yes. So, had it
But-
not been for some of those, there might have been some of those other names on there.
It's just crazy to see like Animal Crossing came out in 2020 and it has overtaken a game that came out in 1996. I don't know that I'd say Zelda's niche.
Yeah, Dragon Quest for sure.
Yeah, Dragon Quest is niche. I don't think Zelda's niche. Like Breath of the
Yeah.
Wild got top 10s in like every GOTY 2017
Yeah.
conversation.
Though, that's okay. It is kind of niche, and then it's like it wasn't when you go to the first one, and then it is.
Yeah.
And then when Breath of the Wild, I wouldn't count as that because of how big it got and how many different people were playing it.
Sure. We can make the same argument about Fire Emblem as well, though. Like, Fire Emblem was niche, and then Awakening came out, and then it
Yeah.
hit niche status again, and then Three Houses came out. And we'll see how it goes from there.
Yeah.
But no, I thought this was really interesting. Just the idea of
Well, the Final
Also-
Fantasy,
go
Final
ahead.
Fantasy games always seem kind of like. I love the Final Fantasy games.
Yeah.
You know, I haven't beat them
I do too.
all. I've beaten. I do believe I've beaten 1 through 10 at least. I think I can say that fairly.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think if there's anything I've missed because it's different, and also they come out differently.
They do. They absolutely do.
But Final Fantasy is pretty big. All of them are a huge story. All of them are big, in-depth role playing.
Yep.
So I don't know. Interesting.
That's very true. A lot of the games on this list are portable.
Or-
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
I do
same
think
here.
it's really
A lot
interesting
of
too
PBA games.
that Dragon Quest 9 is the one that's on here and not Dragon Quest 11 or Dragon Quest 10. 10 is the
Yeah.
MMO that's Japan only, and 11 was like a new game in the series that came out like in this decade and just isn't on here at all. But it's not portable, and
Yeah.
it doesn't seem like I love 11. I absolutely adore 11, but it doesn't seem like it's got the staying power that people hoped it would.
Well, overall, it seems like they much prefer to be able to carry the game around in Japan than play
Yeah.
it at home.
For sure.
Interesting.
sure.
That was an interesting list.
I thought so. That's all the news that I have, which means we'll throw it over to Rugred's Corner.
All right. My turn. As you know, I always start this out with a birthday, and it is Tara Reid's birthday.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and she is one of the people on the planet that has absolutely no idea who we are.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna put that out. What's that? Now I got
Fair.
a story for you, and I'm gonna go over it backwards. I have to read it a couple times, but I want you to hear. Okay. Let me get set here. Sorry.
Okay.
Okay. So, a man spent his own money and time to build a tomb, a 3,000-pound tomb.
Okay.
Poured the concrete itself, set everything down. It's got a plate on top, talking about what's in the tomb.
All right.
And yeah, it's a bag of flaming hot Cheetos, and it is sealed in resin and hung on chains in the middle of the tomb. And the plaque on top of the tomb says "Flaming Hot Cheetos" and then gives its ingredients list.
Oh.
I didn't see the TikTok. I found the news article today. 3,000 pounds, and it's a tomb for Cheetos. And
Are they getting rid of that kind of Cheeto, or is it just
or if he just loves them, I'm not sure. I hadn't heard anything of that, but he hand mixed up 3,000 pounds of concrete. Now each bag of concrete is 80 pounds.
Yeah.
And you cut it over and bust it open. So if you
Yeah.
want concrete, you know.
Yeah, I've had to do that before. It's not fun.
Yeah. Took him 4 months. He actually got on from his Instagram, he asked, does anyone own land in the Pacific Northwest that'd be willing to let me bury something on their property? And he specified not a dead body. So that's good with that. I'm just kind of interested what's going to happen in like 200 years when this gets dug up, or 300 years when they get checked out and they dig in, they find this massive tomb, this 3,000-pound tomb, and in the middle in it is just a bag of resin sealed, and it's got a nice square block of resin that he put.
Oh, so it's not just gonna erode away and.
Yes. Yeah, it's in it. It's just a small bag, like Dark says, of Flaming Hot Cheetos. It's sealed in resin. They sealed the bag in resin. It's a big block of resin that is in, and then they hung the chains. So you've got a big concrete tomb, and then from the wall you have chains. 10,000 liters. Yes, and it's got the ingredients list on it. I didn't see the 10,000 year part. Did it have it on there?
So in the future, people are gonna think we worshipped Flamin' Hot Cheetos.
That's what I'm saying. That's kind of what I'm thinking. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Now look, this is kind of a silly thing, right?
Yeah.
They're either gonna people in the future are gonna think that we worship hot Cheetos or they destroyed us all.
Yeah. There was the Great Cheeto War.
It's a great. That's the one the Gundance fought in.
That's right. That's right. They fought
Wow.
over the Cheetos.
Right. See
Oh.
how it's all coming together. But look, this bag of Cheetos is gonna outlast probably the human species.
Yeah, probably. Like,
Yeah, I'm sure someone's gonna think we were pretty stupid. Think someone was stupid. But
imagine like aliens crack somebody on a cryo sleep, and they go, "Human, we returned to your planet and found this. Explain what these are." And the human goes, "Why is there a bag of Cheetos in there?"
yeah, well, see, there's air in the bag, but as much resin it looks like they got cast in, I don't think anything's getting in. Nothing's getting into that. I do think it'll be nasty in 10,000 years.
Oh, I'm sure.
It's not a Twinkie. Come on. Don't last through that. People amaze me. This guy, this was a lot of work.
That is more work than most people put into their lifetime of working. Like,
For a Cheetos bag.
man.
Yes.
Look, some people just want to make cool stuff. I thought for sure you were going to be talking tonight about the Philadelphia man that ate rotisserie chicken 40 days in a row.
No. But that would start the idea of why the chickens might turn on us.
Right? That would have been like the weirdest story of the week till you told me this one. What?
Yeah. It's a nice tomb too. The guy didn't cut corners. He didn't just like, half-ass this. He put work in.
Wow.
Smooth, the concrete smooth. It looks good. The plaque on top is nice. It's all engraved in. And
Yeah.
got all the ingredients for Flamin' Hot Cheetos.
Man.
He was whatever, man. He
Good job, man. Congrats. Yeah. Like, that's all I can say. I want to make jokes, but I can't denigrate your hard work.
Yeah. Nobody's going to get your Cheetos, man. All right?
Yeah.
You are fair.
You ever think he's just too hungry and he comes out with a jackhammer?
Just ruins it all. This has nothing to do with anything we've talked about, but I've got the page up here and it says trending on Bing. World Cup ambassador homosexuality. That's not a complete sentence.
No.
I would like a little bit more on that. I might have to look at that storyline.
All right.
I don't know what that is.
Man.
Oh, no. It doesn't surprise me. The World Cup ambassador from Qatar denounces homosexuality.
Oh, I'm not surprised at all.
Yeah, no.
From Qatar? Yeah.
Yeah.
I bet.
The gold leaf in the ingredients, so it stuck out. I know. Look, it's really impressive. The tomb is freaking awesome. Not so much the guy from Qatar.
No, that's not awesome.
He's kind of ass.
No.
Yeah. Into that. Like I said, it's from Qatar though, so
I'm not surprised.
yeah.
I'm just imagining, like, there's stuff I've put a lot of work into for this channel or for, like, surprises for people. I don't think I've ever put as much work as that guy did to make a tomb for Flamin' Hot Cheetos.
You're right. That's dedication, Bubba.
Like, that's why our channel's not in the top 20 on YouTube. I haven't made a tomb.
Get some concrete, Trey. Come on.
Oh.
I think one of the things that freaks me out about the story is he just asked, "Hey, does anybody have some land?" And somebody gave him some land to bury this big thing.
Yeah, like, what the heck, man?
Yeah. Like, yeah, put it here.
If I did, it would be for Dr. Pepper. That's very true. But I would never do that because that's a perfectly good can of Dr. Pepper I can't drink then.
True.
Like, anyway. Let's talk about the schedule for the week. Coming up on the channel, we've got tomorrow's stream, which is... Oh, that's right. We haven't done that segment yet, so we got to do that segment first.
Yeah, what am I doing for Wednesday?
Rundgren, I watched your previous assignment.
Okay.
I gotta say, there was a lot of problems on the back end. PETA was not happy. You slammed a fish into a park bench
I wasn't happy.
4
Yeah,
times, I believe.
Maybe, yes. Look, in my defense, that was a very satisfying sound when it hit, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is, I cannot deny that. Also, you may have saved one fish, but we got to get PETA off our backs. I need you to go save another.
Oh, okay. Okay. So what do I... We've got a flying fish, we got a piranha, and then we got a puffer fish.
Yeah. And I'd like to leave that up to chat to decide which one.
Okay. So I am fish, and I got to run through either do the puffer fish, the flying fish, or the piranha.
Making the poll right now.
I already got one vote for flying fish. So I'll tell you that for nothing.
Chat, you have 2 minutes for this vote.
That's cool. I'll be bald by the time I get through this game.
I did really enjoy watching it, honestly. Captain Sauce calls pufferfish poop fish. Oh no. Can't do the poll, you're on your phone? Then just, I see your vote for flying fish. I will count it with my eyes. Also, YouTube side, if you want to vote during this 2-minute window, I will count it with my eyes. But you can't vote on Twitch and then also vote by typing it on YouTube. If you're on both, I'll know. I'll know.
Don't do that.
My vote and your 2 eyes makes 3. I don't think that's how that works. I don't think that's how that works.
Good try, though. That was
It's a
impressive.
good attempt, yeah. All right, we have about another 50 seconds or so on this vote. Right now, it definitely looks like it's going one way.
Okay.
So we will
see
see.
both, so
Right.
I have to, so I'm just sitting here. Oh,
Right
okay.
now, Waverly, you are in fact outvoted.
Okay.
I refuse to vote, even though, for what it's worth, Waverly, I would have voted alongside you. That is the one I wanted to see. I did see that, Faith. I did see that. I do have 2 eyes, after all.
One for each message.
We have about 10 seconds left on the poll.
Okay.
If there's any last-minute votes. Doesn't seem like there's gonna be. Still trying to add those eyes. All right. The winner, despite the fact that Twitch side looks like the winner is Piranha, the winner is actually Flying Fish.
Okay. All right. I will do the flying fish tomorrow. I'll be on at 7 to that one. Look, this shouldn't be too hard. I can fly to the water, right?
Yeah, should be simple.
Be simple. Be an easy one.
Coming up on the channel, of course, tomorrow, Rundgren's going to be saving the Flying Fish in I Am Fish. Thursday, we'll be making bards in
Yes.
1D&D and 5e.
Yeah.
Friday, I'll be painting the Nuns with Guns, the Sisters Battle. Really excited for that. Then, of course, Monday, not as simple as you think. We'll see. Monday, we'll be doing some more MMO Mondays. I'll have my new staff by then. And then we'll be back Tuesday, of course, with another episode of the podcast. We've got some game videos coming up on the channel. Those Metroidvanias that I promised earlier. And then I'm hoping to be able to have another top 10 out by the end of the week, which will be, of course, the wonderful top 10 Gundam shows according to me. That's going to be disliked. You can't see the dislikes anymore unless you have the extension, chat, but I can still see them. I still
Yeah.
know. Anyway, you got any plugs, Rundgren?
Let me think. Not really. I should have got some plugs. I meant to get some plugs. Get a couple. I want to plug my rival, Justin
Yeah.
Hawkins.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go. Justin Hawkins rise again.
Good
We'll do
Mar.
that.
Good Mar does good work.
Any plugs
I'm-
from you, sir?
I'm going to plug that top 10 Rundgren songs, and I'm going to use that to plug Rundgren.
Thank you, sir.
Make some good stuff. And then, we're getting close to Goaties. I'm going to make, about halfway through November or so, I'm going to make a YouTube post and a Twitch post and all that fun stuff where people can, aggregate their games, their Goaties, because we're coming up to it quick. And that means, of course, that coming up soon, we will have the Game Awards.
Oh, wait. I got another plug.
Okay.
I do. I'm going to plug Dark. You're going to be reviewing. You've got
That's right.
reviews coming up on Thursday, right?
That's right.
Is that at 9? I think it's
Don't
at
give
9.
me the line.
I think it's at 9. I may be wrong. It might be at 8. I think it's at 9.
But we'll have the Game Awards coming up soon, so please look forward to that. We always have some fun memes that come from that, and they are by far the most disliked videos on the channel. So, the people that don't watch our content find those and go, why are you not enjoying this show that's very corporate and about commercials instead of about awards? And we go, man, I don't know. I just came to see the awards. So, we're going to keep having a good time, though. And you think you should get a reward for that? I understand.
A reward for you, just a second.
Until next time, I've been Trey.
I've been
I came
wrong.
to laugh at you.
Came to laugh at you right at the end there. And remember to always enjoy. We've been the Full Spectrum Podcast. Remember to always enjoy the full spectrum. Life